Welcome to this month's Art at the Clayton Center. This month we have three wonderful artists who are adorning our walls. First we have Maggie Clark. She has provided us with some wonderful examples of her pen and ink children's illustrations. It is just a definite must-see, especially for the kids. Next we have Griffin. He has provided us with some acrylic and collage, very, very interesting pieces. So if you're into that multi-texture, multimedia, avant-garde artwork, that's what his is. You definitely have to come see it in our center walls. And last but not least, we have Jennifer Kehrer, who has provided us with some oils and acrylics. Her topics are range from portraits to landscapes to you name it. It's all very beautiful, definitely worth getting down to check out.
The collection here tonight is of my paintings, some of my works that I have done over the last 4 or 5 years. I use a lot of color, I use a lot of texture. I love primary colors. I love using a palette knife, and I enjoy the creative process of creating something and then totally changing my mind and painting over it, gessoing over it, covering over it, and creating something totally different. So my art definitely, I think, reflects my upbringing of Navy. My whole life I was raised in a military family, born in a military hospital, baptized on a submarine, and so traveling around the world influenced my artwork. Always I used the influences of all the different cultures and food and all the things that I was being shown as I was growing up, and that's reflective in my artwork. If you think that you have this in you and you want to create something and you want to make something fun, and you see something, you're like, yeah, I can do that. Do it. And anything creative that way, singing a song, writing a poem, all of those things. I want inspiration. I would love for people to make more art and be more hands-on. I think that now is the time that fine arts is making a comeback. I think that people are missing that a little bit in their lives, and I think that if I can help them, inspire them to be more hands-on and make something and enjoy it, beautiful things. We have enough ugliness. I think that something pretty is needed.
I'm a visual artist from Durham. I'm showing 10 pieces here at the Clayton Center. They're mixed media work comprising primarily acrylic paint and collage on canvas. Many of the pieces are inspired by the New York subway system, where I spent much of my earlier years. Just sort of staring at the decrepit walls and the deteriorating infrastructure, and just having it sort of seep it into my consciousness to the point where I find myself recreating it often in my work. A lot of the other work that you'll see has sort of a sutured technique that I've been working on most recently over the past 18 months or so. Those pieces are cobbled together from older, smaller pieces of canvas. I'll connect them to build larger pieces, which I then think of as personalities. And when I finished a piece, I sort of psychoanalyze it in a sense and figure out what type of person this represents. And the results are just as varied as human beings themselves. Only for the past few years have I really gotten out and showed my work to people. The work is abstract, so it's sort of inherently emotional, and it is not always immediately clear what it's about or what it is, or if it's about anything at all. It's also very open to interpretation. And for me, the point of it is to make a connection with another human being on an intellectual or an emotional level, to have them see something in the work that connects with them, makes them feel something, makes them think something, just by looking at an abstraction and not at a concrete image. That's what I find fascinating. So I would hope that people would take something away from it.
My work on display today is illustrations of Hugh Mouse. I'm a writer. I write humorous fiction. I illustrate my stories with a mouse. They're stories for adults, but children can enjoy them too. And each of these is an illustration, as an example of what I have in some of my books. This mouse's yard work really sucks. That's what he says. I had a long career in art and writing, and I used to write for a newspaper in Wisconsin. That's how Hugh Mouse got started. When I write these books, I write the story. I come up with something that happened in the daytime, something crazy that my kids might have done, or burning my finger on a stove, or something silly, and I illustrate it. And the fun part is the illustrations. I think I like drawing the mouse better than I like writing the story. And the challenge is to make something that I think is funny really come across funny, so it's not like a you had to been there thing. And I think they come out pretty good. I love to have people looking at my art, and I like for people to read my stories and to see the paintings, the drawings, because my purpose is to make people laugh, just to give you a little highlight in your day, to take things not too seriously that a lot of times we do take seriously, mistakes, mishaps, just to laugh at them. And I like for people to look at the pictures and laugh. Buy it on Amazon, Amazon.com, and it's Taking Life Not Too Seriously. Or you can look up my name, Maggie Clark.
Be sure to check us out next month where we'll have artwork by Lisa Chase, some oils, and Ben Chadwick's photography. As always, come help us celebrate bringing art to Clayton.